And welcome to all you Taurians. This is your monthly horoscope for Taurus for April of 2020. And of course, for some of you who have a birthday at the very end of the month, happy birthday, dear Taurians. So let's have a look what's going on in the heavens in April. There's not that much going on as usual. So it's the first month where the energies are a bit slower, where the energies are a bit more normal, so to speak, not heavy stuff going on. So that's a good sign, right? And of course, remember, as always, these are general horoscopes for Taurus. So this is not tailor-made. If you really want to get serious with having a reading, go to an astrologer. But of course and certainly if you want to learn a little bit about astrology, this video is perfect for you. So take what resonates. Now, I'm going to make this video very short, concise, precise. 3 things that I want to mention. First of all, Venus, your ruler, is going into Gemini. I'm going to talk about that. Secondly, I'm going to talk about Saturn and Mars in Aquarius and how important that can be for you in a very positive way, or trying to do it as positive as you can do. And thirdly, a very important something is Uranus. Uranus is of the outer planets. It's a Uranian ride in April, and I think you're gonna normally Taurians are not really keen on Uranus, but I'll explain in a minute why that is. But you're gonna enjoy it, I think, for sure, because there's a new moon in your sign next to Uranus. But first things first, let's talk about your ruler Venus. On the 3rd of the month, it goes into Gemini, and Gemini is in the area of your life that is called the 2nd house, and that is your house. It's the Taurian house. Is that a good thing? Of course it is. You will feel in your element. And the good thing is that Venus normally stays like a whole month in one sign in that area of your life. And now it stays there up until the 7th of August. So that's really, really long time. That is because it's going retrograde, but that's for next month. But this month, it already goes in its shadow quite quickly. As from the beginning of the month. So things that will show itself throughout the month of April will continue up until the beginning of August. So be prepared what it's going to be for you Taurians. Now the 2nd house it's a financial house, that's for sure, but it's also a house of self-worth and your talents and what you eat. So first of all, make sure that what you eat isn't too sweet. I mean, it's really Venus in the 2nd house in Gemini, like finger food, you could say, finger derived from the Gemini sign there. But on a more serious level, what it can mean is a bit more income. Well, a bit more. Who knows? Maybe plenty more income. And why is that? Because Venus is wherever it is love, but it also attracts. So when it goes into a house like the financial house of our own, so it's your money, by the way. It's not the money of other people or taxes or loans or whatever. It's your money that you're earning. There is a possibility of improving this, but the improvement will only show itself after the end of June. Then Venus goes direct again. But now is the perfect month in April to think about it, how you can improve your financial situation and doing some changes there. And also stuff that you want to buy that is of great value. Venus in the 2nd house, things that you want to buy, a bit bigger things like maybe a car. It's in Gemini after all. And Gemini is related to transport. So if it has to do with a car, if it has to do with some items that you want to get, resources that you need, but that need some planning, it's a perfect time to do so. So good on a financial level, but you only see the results the end of June. And then when it comes to your self-worth, it is fantastic to have Venus in the 2nd house. Venus is you, so you are in that 2nd house. So if you've had a hard time, people giving you a hard time, and you lost your confidence, it's so easy to lose your confidence, it's so difficult to rebuild it, well, now is the time for you, dear Taurians, to stand in your power and to feel your worth, and to really do what you want to do, and to really be who you want to be. So a very important month for the Taurians when it comes to the self, when they were lost a little bit. And you know, Taurians, they are people that do stuff for everybody, and to regain your power, it is that kind of month for you. There's also a new moon in your sign around and about the 23rd of the month. So what does that mean? It's every year, once a month, there is a new moon. And every year we have one new moon in our sign. And that's happening for you around the 23rd. And it's in Taurus, in the very beginning of the degrees of Taurus, very next to Uranus. So what does it mean? There is a new beginning when it comes to you. Again, I love this month for the Taurians in general, because it's about themselves. It's a splendid time to change something about your looks. That is a bit like, it's Uranus there, and Uranus energy has to do with things that are a bit out of the ordinary. So if you always wanted to have that haircut, but it's a bit tricky for you, do it. You know, you're not going to regret it. If you always wanted to have a totally new garderobe, that is a bit Uranian, so it's a bit different that you're used to wear the clothes that you're wearing. Do it, because it can really give you that excitement and that new beginning. So when you are in a relationship, so when it comes to relationship, you are in the spotlight here with this new moon here and conjunct with Uranus. So people will say, even when you are the nicest Taurian in the world, people will say, oh, you're so individualistic, you're so me. You know, people might tell that to you, but it is a sign that you are doing your stuff and that you are gaining your power back, especially when you have given it away the last couple of months to another person. So it's really a renewal for the Taurians, and there is one tension. Of course, there's always something, isn't it? There is one tension going on because your energy of this Taurian energy is squaring up to Mars and Saturn in the beginning of the first week and a half of the month. There's a bit of tension there. And that goes on when it comes to work. So that could be the tension that you're going to have is not so much on a relationship level. Although, of course, if the other person is not liking that you're coming into your power, then you have to ask yourself, who is the problem here? But when it comes to work, there can be a lot of work that demands a lot of your energy. Remember, take it slow, do it step by step. Don't force yourself too much. Less is more for sure. And maybe you need to adjust something in the beginning of the month because this Uranus in your first house. So you want a bit more freedom basically. And that can clash with all the work you need to do. So there could be in the beginning of the month a bit of stress there. But that's actually the only thing that I see that can be a bit stressful for the Taurians. They love to work, they love to master what they're doing, but you have to be careful and not force things when it comes to work, especially during the month of April. Having said that, I wish you a great birthday if you have a birthday, and I wish you a great month. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.